This video shares stories about lived experience with systemic and interpersonal discrimination. Can you identify some examples of each in the 3 stories?
Hello, my name is Kasari Govender. I'm BC's Human Rights Commissioner.
I'm Lauren Stinson. I work for Disability Alliance BC as a community advocate.
Over 500,000 British Columbians have a disability, and they face discrimination in our schools, in their workplaces, and in public spaces.
Just recently, me and my friends went to a restaurant. We phoned ahead of time to make sure it was handicap accessible for a wheelchair user. When we got there, I could get through the door, yet none of the tables were at a height where I could fit my wheelchair. Accessibility and being inclusive is more than just getting through the door.
Sometimes discrimination or exclusion of people happens knowingly. People with disabilities face stigma, face harmful stereotypes every day. Other times that discrimination is based on unwritten rules that are so baked in we hardly even see them anymore.
I learned absolutely nothing about Black history in school. My name is Anthony Brown, and actually I am a historian / Renaissance man. I'm a 7th generation Black Canadian on my father's side and a 3rd generation Black Canadian on my mother's side. My father's side came from Nova Scotia. They were Scotian. I landed in Birchtown in 1875 under the guidance of Harriet Tubman. I can trace my mother's roots right back to the plantation where they were enslaved in South Carolina. My great-grandparents on my mother's side, they came to Canada because of the Jim Crow laws in the United States where blacks were being lynched with the emergence of the Klan and the political turmoil in America. Instead of putting up with the system, they came to Canada. They had the fortitude and the smarts to come here. But yet, there was a lot of racism in Canada too. I was born in East Vancouver. And then my father ended up getting a job on Texas Island, in a place called Blubber Bay, which is an open pit mine. And I remember being from East Vancouver, where it was a multitude of different cultures, of different people, and then moving to Texas Island, where there were no people of color. And I remember getting on the school bus and the kids, calling me the N-word and this, that, and the other. And when you're told that you're Black and you're not going to amount to anything, you actually start believing that. People still come up to me, and whether it's a conversation piece at a dinner party or whatever the case may be, and say kind of juvenile things that you got a nice tan because, it's hot outside. Those things, they get a little tiresome, right?
When you're young and you're in elementary school or in your neighborhood group of kids, there's no really deep discussion about race or gender or sexuality for the most part. It wasn't something that I was confronted with until I got a bit older and people start treating you differently. Having a Chinese dad when everyone's dad looks different and everything around you doesn't necessarily reflect your reality. And that does something to you as a person of color or someone who doesn't fit into that mold. Being a gay Asian man, there's a lot of stigma about being Asian in the gay community as well. Being a visible minority in a time that we're in right now of the COVID-19 pandemic, Asian hate crimes are skyrocketing. You can be the best model minority you can be, and what model means in this sense is how close to white can you get. It doesn't matter at the end of the day when someone wants to do hateful things to you.
Do you see examples of systemic discrimination in your life or the life of someone you care about? What is your story?